Welcome to the international webinar on conscious mind engineering. Today we have our speaker, the dynamic and enthusiastic Dr. Thomas P. John, Chairman, T. John Group of Institutions. Our chairman, Dr. Thomas P. John, is a medical doctor and he's having all the professional courses like T. John College, T. John College of Nursing, T. John College of Pharmacy, T. John Institute of Engineering, National Public School. There are around 3,500 students in our beautiful campus, and we have more than 350 teaching and non-teaching staff together. Our chairman has traveled far and wide. He has delivered many lectures in many countries across the world. And he is a magnificent personality. And during these COVID times, it is very much necessary that many people, it is indeed a fact that many people are looking for happiness. Happiness is all about how we give happiness to others and how we spread happiness, the feeling of goodness and the feeling of being alive in the spirit of goodness. Our chairman, sir, is also the founder of Mind Magic Academy. It's a great honor and privilege to welcome our chairman, sir, for this international webinar. Now I request our respected chairman, sir, to give his presentation. We welcome you, sir. Good morning. We welcome you. Sir, you can start your talk, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, good morning.
Welcome to this international webinar on conscious mind engineering. It's a great feeling to be here. And it's great to know that a lot of our students from across the globe are watching this program. So I'd like to welcome all of them, right from students who are in Canada, in Dubai, in Australia, in Germany, all parts of India, from Bangalore, and many other places where our students are there, and also where friends and well-wishers are online to attend this program. I'm sure that all of you must be very enthusiastic about knowing what this mind engineering is, because as we know, in today's pandemic situation, everybody is apprehensive, everybody is fearful, everybody is scared. Many people are in depression. All this is happening because of the bombardment of information from various sources like our social media, from televisions, and today it's the pandemic of fear which is more dangerous and more widespread than the actual pandemic of the COVID virus. So why is all this happening? It's because our mind is being filled with a lot of information, with a lot of scaremongering and fear. So how is it that we can get over this? For this, first we have to understand what the mind is. And today I will be speaking about how to engineer your mind to get out of all these kind of things like fear, so that you can have a healthy living, you can have a wealthy living, and you can have a happy living. So first of all, I'd like to bring our focus on to what the mind is all about. How many of us really know what the mind is? How many of us know how to use the mind? Though we have heard a lot about the mind, and in passing we always use the reference of the mind. But how many of us really know what the mind is? So I hope in today's webinar of about 45 minutes to 1 hour, which I will speak, will cover these topics and give you a fair idea about what the mind is, how you can control the mind, and how you can make the mind work for you rather than you working for the mind. So first of all, I want to ask all of you to close your mind for a minute. Close your mind and close your eyes. All of you, close your eyes. I want all of you to close your eyes, because until you realize what the mind is, I think all other things what I will talk about the mind may not be very relevant if we do not know what the mind is. So I request all of you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Just breathe normally. Breathe normally. Just concentrate on your breathing. Generally, when we breathe, we are not aware of our breath. Generally, when we breathe, we do not even realize that we are breathing. So today, I want you to just close your eyes and realize and recognize your breath, how your breath is going into your body and how it is coming out. And during this time, I want you to focus your mind on something or the house that you grew up when you were very small, for example. Close your eyes, imagine in your mind the house that you grew up in, the place where you were playing. Imagine the house, the bedroom, the kitchen, the sitting room, the people who you lived with. I'm sure you can see all these pictures in your mind. Yes. Now, with your eyes closed, I want you to shift your mind to the present day, where you live now. I'm sure most of you have shifted from the place where you grew up and are living in different places now. So I want you to imagine in your mind the place that you live in now, the rooms, the bedrooms, the sitting room, the kitchen, the people who you live with. Yeah, I think all of you have a picture of that in your mind now. Now I want you to continue to close your eyes, breathe normally, relax. And now I want you to imagine a big black elephant in front of you. Can you imagine that? I think you can imagine a big black elephant in front of you. With the eyes closed and with normal breathing, now I want you to continue to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine a small ant in front of you. Yes, you can imagine, you can picture an ant in front of you. Now you can open your eyes, relax, breathe easy. So mind is what can take you far away in time, to the time when you were just born, to the present time. So it's an example of how mind can think so widely and so far apart in terms of the time plane that I'm talking about. So your mind can go in terms of time way back from the time you were born to the time you are alive now. In the same way, you can imagine unlimited things like a big elephant or beyond that, the solar system, the universe, which is all infinite. And you can also imagine something as small as an ant or something smaller than that. So this is what the mind is. The mind, as I said in the beginning, is infinite, which means with your mind, you can think beyond what you can think. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. You can think beyond what you can think. There is no limit for how much you can think or till where you can think. And this is the power that every human being has got, which God has given us. And this is the power that is within our control. Now, just to take you back to how these things work, I'll show you a couple of slides. Yeah, tell me, can you see? Okay, so I want to just take you into the peak of what the brain is, because you cannot see the brain. I mean, you cannot. What I want to take you to a peak of what the mind is. You cannot see the mind. You cannot feel the mind. You cannot measure the mind. So we really are puzzled as to what the mind is and how it works. Now we have body parts like you are seeing on the screen. You can see different parts of the body. These are the physical aspects of the body: the brain, the lung, the liver, the stomach, the intestines. These are different parts of the body which are physically visible for us to touch, feel, and understand. And in the brain part, we have something like this. This is the picture of the brain. The brain has got different parts. You have cerebrum, you have thalamus, midbrain, cerebellum, brainstem, pituitary gland, hypothalamus, and various other parts of the brain. Now, why I'm showing you these parts is that there is parts of the body which we are all made of, and if we break down these parts of the body into single cells, and if you see under the microscope, you see the diagram of the cell. Each cell in your body looks like this. It has got cell membrane, it's got lysosomes, it's got mitochondria, it's got Golgi bodies, nucleus, DNA, RNA, various parts of a cell that everybody of us have got. Now, if you break down this again, for example, if you take the DNA, they are all composed of different chemicals: adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine, and these chemicals together bind to form DNA. So, like that, every part of this cell is made of different chemicals. So, when these chemicals come together in different formulations, they form different parts of the cell. Different parts of the cell together form different organs of the cell. So that's how it's built up. Now from this DNA, if we break that down, if you break down any of these chemicals, they are all made of atoms. So this is the picture of an atom. This is probably a depiction of what we are all made of. We are all made of atoms. All our bodies are made of atoms. All of you know that 60 to 70% of the body is made of water. So that means there are the formula of water H2O, two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen. They combine together to give you water. So 70%, almost 70% of our bodies are made of these chemicals. Remaining 30 are made of various other chemicals which are combined together and which make up our body. So if you see, what are each of us made of? We are all made of chemicals. We are made of billions and billions of atoms which are combined in a particular way, and it gives different parts of the body to us, and these chemicals are the ones which make up our being. Now each atom that is there in our body is always vibrating. That is why you see these electrons. You can see the electrons which move here. So these electrons are always in motion, and when anything is in motion, it creates vibration. So in this way, every human being has got billions of atoms, and these billions of atoms are moving and vibrating at a particular speed at any given time. And what has this got relevance with what we are talking about, conscious mind engineering, to help us to improve our health, maintain good health, to create wealth, also to ultimately get happiness for which all of us are actually living. Basically, human being is living to be happy. What has this got to do with the atom that we are looking at? When we are happy, all the atoms in our body will be moving at a particular frequency. Say, for example, when you're happy, all the atoms in your body is moving at 500 megahertz per second. If you are able to actually measure each atom in the body at the time that you are feeling happy, you will be able to see that the atoms are moving at a particular frequency, say 500 megahertz. But when you are sad, what I mean is, like, if your relative is unwell, or somebody has died, or you have not done well in your examinations or in your job that you are there, you feel sad. At that time, if all the atoms are measured, it will show maybe minus 200 megahertz. So this is the relationship between your feeling and the movement of atoms in each cell in your body. And so you may ask, so what? What can we do about it? Now, all these atoms move according to thoughts in your mind. Okay, I will say that again. All these atoms move according to thoughts in your mind. Now, your mind is like a photo album. Your mind is like a photo album. And each picture that comes into your mind, whether by vision or by thought, is a picture in your mind. The album in your mind, the photo album in your mind is so vast, is so huge. Every day, the human mind will have 60,000 to 70,000 such photographs passing through your mind. It may be the present, photographs of the present, which means you are seeing something and that picture is there in your mind. Or it can be photographs of things of the past, which can come back as thoughts in your mind. And this happens because you are able to shift thoughts in your mind from different aspects, from this different aspects. So when you are able to change the pictures in the photo album of your mind, you are able to change the vibrations of the atoms in your body. I'm sure that large number of the audience today are students of pharmacology, since T. John College of Pharmacy has organized this program, and I'm given to understand that large number of the audience today is from pharmacology background. So I'm sure it is very easy for you to understand the concept that I'm talking about the atomic level picture. So when you are able to move the thought pictures in your mind, you are able to vary the vibrations of atoms in your body, which again essentially means that you are in control of your feelings. You are in control of your thoughts. And when thoughts control you are able to control your feelings. Basically, the feeling of happiness, the feeling of goodness, the feeling of well-being can be created by you by consciously being able to put happy thoughts in your mind, happy pictures in your mind. The mind album which I was talking about is an album where you have the facility to put whichever picture you want into that album. Again, what it means is like if you are feeling sad, if you're feeling dejected, if you are feeling unhappy, those feelings come because you are thinking of something, because you are seeing something. For example, you're at a funeral of a relative, and when you are at that funeral, you see the dead body, and it makes the picture of the album in such a way that the picture of sadness will create negative vibrations in your body. So at that time, you are able to change that picture. You can, in that time, put a picture of happiness. You can put a picture of the times that the person and you interacted and you felt good, you felt happy. You can put pictures of instances like that in every other situation that you come across. And in a day, when 60,000 thoughts are passing through your mind, unfortunately, the human mind has got more negative thoughts than positive thoughts. So only with great effort, with controlling what you are thinking, you will be able to put in positive pictures in your mind to see that most of the pictures that go through your mind in a day are positive rather than negative. So this is one of the aspects of how you can actually think of creating wellness, creating happiness, creating a good feeling in your mind. Because all these things happen because of the mind album that you possess. So each time you feel sad, each time you're feeling depressed, each time you're feeling scared of the virus, take away that picture from your mind. Remove that picture. See that you bring in pictures of times of happiness, happiness like when you got married, happiness like when you got a first class, happiness like when you got a good job, happiness like when you earn a lot of money. These kind of instances of happiness, what you have in life, can be made into a happiness journal. So, one takeaway for all of you is that try to create happiness journals. That is, whenever you feel happy, and that happiness, what I'm talking about, is real happiness which is felt within your heart. It's not happiness for namesake, like how are you? Oh, I'm good. How do you? How was your days? Oh, it was good. That's not the happiness I'm talking about. It's those moments of fleeting moments of happiness which you have experienced in your life. If you have those pictures written down on a daily basis in a journal, that is every day in the evening, take 5 minutes before you go to bed, think of all the things that you had done in the during the day, and see if any of those moments were of happiness, or if any of those moments were bringing you happiness. And if so, note it down. Some days you may not have anything to write down at all. Some days you may have many to write about. So try to make a habit of writing down a happiness journal. And in course of time, maybe in 30 days, 60 days, or maximum of 90 days, you will have a huge list of happy moments that you can think of in your life. Keep these journals or keep these moments in the journal, write it down, and whenever you have a feeling of depression, whenever you have a feeling of unhappiness, whenever you have a feeling of not being too good, go through these journal notings that you have made. You can make note of journals and see that whenever you are depressed, read that happiness journal, think of that moment which made you happy, put that picture in your mind, and then that moment of unhappiness will suddenly turn to neutral, and then it will turn to happiness. It need not be relevant to the situation. You may ask, like, if I'm sad that I failed in my exam, suddenly can I, start feeling happy? It depends on you. You want to put the picture of happiness in your mind, then you will naturally forget that you have done badly in your exam. You can put the picture of happiness like when you were in school or college and you won the running race or you won a football match and you were feeling really great. Put that picture in your mind. It takes a few moments, but it takes quite a few days of practice to actually try to pull in happy thoughts, happy pictures into your mind. Those aspects of creating happiness is to be practiced. So the easiest way to practice is to actually make a happiness journal. In 30 or 60 or 90 days, you will have a journal full of happy thoughts, happy pictures, happy situations. Keep that, keep filling your mind only with that. Whenever there is situations which make you feel dejected, not satisfied, try to read these journals, put these thoughts into your mind album, and definitely these things will make you feel better, because the picture that you're bringing in your mind will actually make the atoms in your body to start vibrating to a level of positive vibrations. That's why when we meet some people, we feel positive. We say, "Oh, I got positive vibes when I met so and so." Those are actually meaning that the vibrations of that particular person and your personality, the vibrations are in sync, and that is how you feel good when you are with some people, and when you are with some people you don't feel too good, because the atomic vibrations in those bodies at that particular time may not be suitable or may not be in the same wavelength as the positive energy that you are creating in your body. These are the uh, 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 ways or scientific explanations of creation of happiness. Yes, today we hear that you can be happy by jogging, by singing, by doing things what you like. Yes, those are things which, if at those moments in time you are able to set your mind free, those will definitely bring in happy vibrations into your body. Now, uh, okay, here you can see the slide where it shows that 10% of our mind is conscious, the remaining 90% is subconscious and unconscious. So what is this conscious mind, unconscious mind, subconscious mind? In the beginning, I just give you an example of how the conscious mind is, where you're consciously able to change the pictures of your mind, which means you can think of some time when you were young, you can think of a big elephant, you can think of America, you can think of Russia, you can think of small ant, you can think of the time that you are living now. So these all things we do with our conscious mind. Like you want to pick up your phone and speak to somebody, you're doing that with your conscious mind. And what is subconscious mind? Now, like for example, when you started driving your car in the beginning days, probably you were very conscious of the brake, the lights, the people around the car, the road, and the signal lights and many things. But as days go by and as you start practicing that act of driving every day to your work or school or college or wherever you're going, and that becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it goes into the subconscious mind. And I'm sure you will also agree that right now when you drive your vehicle, whether it's a two-wheeler or four-wheeler, most of the things that you're doing on it are subconsciously done. You don't consciously do these things. And so these kind of things are what we do subconsciously, and many things what is done unconsciously, which is also controlled by the human mind. Unconsciously you breathe, unconsciously you dream, unconsciously you um, feel happy, and many things like that. So all these things that you are doing by your conscious mind is a result of your unconscious or subconscious mind. But you can be able to control all those thoughts and actions by training your conscious mind how and when. Yeah, so you can train your conscious mind how and when you want to feel good, how and when you want to feel sad, though most of the time we are influenced, or the conscious mind is influenced by the surrounding. We have the ability, God has given the ability to human beings to change that consciousness, to be aware of that consciousness. So that is the beauty of life that God has given to all of us. And the other aspect of how to uh, live healthily. Now there are lots and lots of what do you call, information on the net with regard to this, different kinds of diets, different kinds of eating habits, different kinds of foods. All these are, we can use, we can follow them. But all these things that are available to us in the present social media domain and the internet are only going to work if you are able to put in your mind the healthy thoughts, which again means you have to always have that feeling that you are going to be well. You have to always have that thought that you are going to be well. You have always got to have the thoughts that make you feel well. On the contrary, we definitely know that many a time you say, "Oh, I have a headache, my head is paining, my back is paining, my knee is paining." You go on complaining, whether it's to your spouse, to your children, to your parents. So, by repeatedly saying these things, you are creating a habit in your body, you're creating a habit in your system, which actually tells your body or your system that yes, I'm having headache. So even when you don't have a headache, you feel like you are having a headache. So consistent behavior of the mind like this over many years during your life leads to unhealthy, unhappy, uh, leads to situations in your body which will lead you to diseases, which will lead you to acquire diseases which you don't need to. And now in this present pandemic situation, if you continuously be scared that you are going to be attacked by the virus, if you are continuously thinking what will happen if I get the virus, if you are continuously putting pictures in your mind which is getting you upset, then all these things create fear, and the hormones that are released in your body will actually reduce the immunity of your body. Basically, then you will be vulnerable to attacks by this virus or any other virus for that matter. So continuously, when you are creating situations where you're telling yourself and the body and the atoms in your system that you are scared, you are afraid, you are susceptible, then you are susceptible to attacks from viruses, you are susceptible to attacks from bacteria, or you are susceptible to attacks from internal organ dysfunction. So the point here is that you have to tell yourself that you are healthy. You have to tell yourself that you are feeling good. You have to tell yourself that your health is in no way compromised, and do not go on telling or go on feeling to yourself, I'm not well, oh, today is such a dull day, or I had a bad day today. These are not statements which should come out from you, because every word of yours is also creation of vibrations. So continuously, if you go on telling people about your unhappiness or your inability to succeed in your career, or if you are going on telling people about the various issues that you have about your life and your health, these are the things which are going to stick with you. You are creating yourself. You create what is your reality. You create what is your ability to do things. by repeating whatever that is coming in your mind. So as I said in the beginning, once you have understood what the mind is, then you will have to slowly start taking control of what all pictures go through your mind album. And taking control of that is also to be practiced. To practice these things, you need to have a conscious effort as to how you will be able to create that positive thoughts, the positive pictures in your mind whenever you feel negative. So if you are feeling negative about anything, remove that picture from your mind. Don't talk about that. Don't harp on that. On the contrary, you are supposed to talk about the good things, the positive things. Yes, I will get good marks in my exam. I will get a promotion. I will do better in my job. I will be happy. I will be healthy. I will be strong. I will be able to defeat any virus which comes our way. So if you go on telling this to yourself, this creates again vibrations. When you talk, when you shout, what happens? When you shout, when you're angry, when you're shouting at your children or your spouse or whoever it is, what happens? How do you feel? You don't feel good. How? Why? What happens there? What happens is when you shout, there is a creation of vibrations within your being, within your body. It changes it alters the vibrations of atoms in your body. So when you are angry, when you are shouting, what happens is all the atoms in your body and all the atoms in your cells are going to vibrate with a negative vibration and make you feel bad. On the contrary, if you say, "Good morning, how are you? Are you feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling happy." When you say these things, the vibrations slowly. That is why there are in various religious texts there are verses which have to be repeated or chanted or said again and again. These are, I believe that all the religious books are nothing to do with religion. It is all about how you have to live your life and how you can live your life. Whichever language or religion you're talking about, if you take any of these religious books, all that is there is about how you are supposed to mold your mind, how you are supposed to think in your mind, which ultimately gives you happiness. So I've given you a brief on how you can try to be happy. I've given you a brief on how you can try to be healthy. That is, as I said, with all the diet foods and many different kinds of diets that are available, those are all good. But the crucial point there is you have to tell yourself that I am feeling healthy. I am feeling good. My body is perfect. If you repeat these things to yourself rather than saying, "Oh, I have a headache, I have a leg ache, I have a knee ache, I have a back ache," if you go on telling that, you will definitely have it. You are calling that. You are asking your body to feel, your back to feel pain. You're asking your back or your knees to feel pain. You're asking your mind to feel depressed. So the way you talk, the way you speak, the things that you say throughout life, throughout your day is very, very important in how it makes you feel in terms of your feelings, your health, and in terms of creating wealth. I'm sure each and everyone here is thinking of creating wealth, or how you want to earn more money and things like that. Yeah, but most of us are stuck in this rigmarole of doing our jobs. When you get up in the morning, you feel, "Oh hell, I have to go to office." When you are in your office, you think that, "Oh, how long this is going to take? This is not. I'm not feeling good about it." So when these feelings are there, obviously the work that you are doing will also be only to that extent excellent. But if you are doing your job in a way that when you get up in the morning, you feel so excited to get up in the morning and go and do your job, that job, what you're going to do is going to be superb. And every human being God has given every human being some kind of a talent, which which if we do those things or do those jobs, there will be nobody who can beat us. So we have to do the jobs what we love. We have to love our job, and only then will you excel in your field. All the great people in the world who have excelled in their field, whether it's about um, uh, creating wealth or whether it's about the richest people in the world, whether it's Warren Buffett or uh, Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk or Bill Gates, all of them will always and have always have thoughts of prosperity. Thoughts of prosperity is nothing wrong. Many cultures, many societies teach that if we have too much money, it's not good. But that's a very wrong way of thinking about things. Many a time we see people who are very well off or who are very rich, but we resent that. That is also a wrong vibration that you are giving to your body. When you see somebody who is very rich, who's well off, or who has done well for himself in his life, we have to appreciate that. You should feel that, okay, he's got a big house, he's got a big car, he's got everything. We shouldn't say, oh, he must be a rogue, he must be doing something wrong, which what is most of the time in our minds. But we have to shift that by saying, see how good he is, how successful he has been, or how, coming back to where I left off, the ability to create wealth is in the mind. That is why you see those who are rich become richer because they are always having rich thoughts. Those who are poor remain poor or become poorer. That is because they remain to have poor thoughts. So it is imperative that if you want to do well in your life, you should always have aspirations of living well, of living a life which is desirable to each and every one of you. So another aspect in this direction is that you must first of all have a goal in life. Many of us do not really know what really we want in life. Yeah, we are doing our job, we're looking after the families, we're getting along, but what do we really want in life? How many of us have really sat down and thought what you really want in life? If real God came in front of you just now and said, tell me that one thing that you want in life, do you have an answer for it? 99% of us do not have. So the next thing, probably a next takeaway from this webinar would be that you should have a clear goal in life, and that clear goal in life should be a goal which gives you real happiness in life. So how do you find out this? How do you find out this? To have a goal, all of you know that unless you have a goal, you will not be able to reach there. It is just like traveling somewhere. Unless you have a destination, you will not be able to reach there. So in life also, do we have a destination? Do we know what we want in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? If we do not know how to find out what we want. So for that, I will say that you need to have some time for yourself every morning. Every morning, as soon as you get up, the time between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning is the best time to have thoughts imprinted in your mind. This is the time that the mind is in theta wave performance. Theta wave performance of the mind is the time when maximum information can be loaded onto the mind. Your mind is like a computer. How you load software. If you load this software in your mind any time of the day, but the best time is 4 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the morning. You load this mind of yours at this time with all the thoughts that you want for yourself. You have to be very careful because the mind is such a powerful thing that whatever you put in your mind is what you will get. What you sow, you will reap. You must have heard all this. But that is not just a phase. What you sow in your mind. So every morning when you get up, I will suggest that you sit with your eyes closed for 10 minutes. Very quiet place where nobody in the house will disturb you. Sit for 10 minutes. Bring pictures of prosperity into your mind. Bring pictures of things that you want in your mind. You want to buy a big car, you want to have a big house, you want to have a big family, you want to have a great job. First, decide what you want to have. How to decide? Every morning for the next 21 days, sit down early in the morning. Soon as you get up, close your eyes, go into yourself, try to figure out what you want in life. At least for the 3, 4 main aspects of life. That is about your work. What kind of work do you want to actually do in your life? Is the job that you are doing now satisfying to you? Do you feel good every day when you come back? Do you feel good every day when you go to your job? That is about your work. What kind of house you want to live in? You want to live in a palace? You want to live in a palatial place? You want to live in a small place? You want to live in a beautiful city?
Yes, sir, we can hear.
Yeah, sorry for the unannounced break. Yes, I'm continuing from where I left off. Is about creation of wealthy living. Whatever we want in life has to be first realized by us, as I said. So every morning, 10 minutes as you get up, sit down, try to calm your mind, bring only thoughts which feel good to you. Don't think of all your problems in the morning because if you think of the problems in the morning and put those pictures in your mind, the whole day the problem will continue to be a problem for you. So you have to learn to remove those pictures of problems from your mind and put pictures of happiness, put pictures of what results you desire for the day into your mind in the first 10 minutes of your mind when you get up. Like how we are sure that we need to take care of our bodies. When we get up, we brush our teeth, we comb our hair, we put on, we wash our face, we like to look good. You look at the mirror before you leave your room or class or home. Uh, but we are not doing anything for the mind. Even though the mind is what is controlling your whole body and whole process of your living, we are not doing anything for that. So that is the reason why you need to sit down for a few minutes in the morning. Yes, I know many of you will say, yes, I pray in the morning, or I meditate in the morning, or I do such things. But the problem is that majority of the time that even, sorry to say, that when you are actually standing in front of the God that you pray to, your mind is wandering somewhere else. You're thinking what is your wife saying, or your husband is saying, or your children are saying, or what happened, or what they want, or what they don't want. But you are standing in front of God and pretending that you're praying to God. So that will not work. You have to be true to yourself at that point of your prayer or meditation or inward looking time that you have. You got to put pictures of prosperity into your mind, put pictures of happiness into your mind, put pictures of being joyous in your mind. All your issues will go. All your issues. If you do that for 21 days, you have a fight with your spouse or your father-in-law or your mother-in-law. When you sit in the morning, ask for forgiveness. Put forgiveness in your mind. Forgive who you made a fight with. Forgive the people who you had an argument with. Forgive the people who you have a hatred towards. That forgiveness is a thought process in the mind which is how the mind can be engineered to be free from that burden of the fight that you had, or some resentment you have with somebody, or some unhappy or unpleasant experience that you had with somebody. Forgive them. In your mind, you have to forgive them. Then put thoughts of happiness in your mind. Put thoughts of goodness in your mind. Put thoughts of well-being in your mind. It is all about how you're able to control your mind, how you're able to put these pictures in your mind, which is going to help you. If you do these things continuously, write a happiness journal, have a vision board. Vision board, you can Google and see how a vision board looks like. Make a board, write what you want there, put pictures of what you want there, put it up on your mirror or put it up on the cupboard, which you will open 2 or 3 times in a day, or put it up on the mirror, especially mirror which you often use, because most of the time when mirror is around, you would like to see your face, see if your makeup is all right, or see if you're looking handsome enough. So if you put this vision board right there, you start visualizing these things on a daily basis. Do it for 6 months. Do it for 6 months with absolute certainty. When you visualize something, if you're visualizing, for example, that you're going to buy a new car in the next few months, and you look at that photo of a car which you have pasted on your mirror, and you believe it that you will get it, don't worry about from where the money will come. Just believe it. Just keep on believing it, which means that you are telling yourself that you are going to have this car, you're going to have this car. So I had a friend of mine, doctor friend of mine, who had brought a small toy BMW and kept on his clinic table. And he says within 6 months he got a BMW car. So if you wish to have something like that, please do these things. Those are called vision board techniques to engineer your mind. So that is about creating wealth. So same way in terms of creation of wealth, in terms of creation of happiness, in terms of creating good health, all these have to be visualized in your mind. Mind you, you will not get a disease which you do not know about. The more you read about corona, more chances you will get corona. The more you read about cancer, more chances you're going to get cancer. The more you read about heart attack, the more chances you're going to get heart attack. You can experiment for yourself itself. You will find that those who have got some disease is some disease which they have seen during their younger days. Diseases which they have observed in their house, their grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, brother, sister, husband would have some kind of a disease which a young kid is observing from childhood, and that disease gets imprinted in the mind, and slowly as the child grows up, you will find that that is the disease the child gets. So it is my advice to non-medical people to not read too much about diseases which they are scared about, and leave all that and try to put pictures of situations where you feel good, where you feel happy, where you feel great in your mind. So before I conclude, I would like to ask you all to go through a small exercise. Are you all ready? Okay. So I'll ask all of you to close your eyes. I'm going to take you through not a brainstorming, I will call it a mindstorming session. It will be less than 5 to 7 minutes. So it will calm your mind, it will try to make you understand your mind, it will try to make you feel better, and I'm sure even in this session that you are going to do with me for 5 to 7 minutes, after that itself you will feel good. But point number 1, here in this game of mind engineering, you cannot fool anybody. You cannot do things to show somebody. You cannot ask for something though you don't want that something. All those things don't work. That works only in physical life. If you really want something, you have to ask from your heart. It has to be from deep within. It has to be with full desire. It has to be with no doubt. Only then will you be able to achieve whatever we want in life, whether it is health, wealth, prosperity, happiness. All these things are bundled and it is there within our mind. So now I'm just going to ask you to close your mind, close your eyes, and I call this as a God meditation. So God means G-O-D. G is for gratefulness, O is for oneness, and D is for desire. So this is the definition I'll give for God meditation. It, as I said, I will take you through it for 5 to 7 minutes. All of you first close your eyes, breathe normally, relax. To calm the mind itself is a great achievement, because mind is called, what they call, mind is like a monkey. It keeps jumping. When you close your eyes, your mind is going from your home to your children, to your parents, to your wife, to your job, to your everything. And it takes some practice for us to actually control that mind, to make the mind stay still. That is why this kind of a meditation or prayer or whatever you call it will help you in these things. So when you close your eyes are, I hope, still closed. And G for gratefulness, as I said, the first word in God, gratefulness. Be grateful to God for all that you have, for the food that you eat, for the clothes that you wear, for the job that you have, for the money that you have, for the relatives that you have, for the loved ones that are around you. Because there are millions of people who do not have relatives, they do not have food, millions do not have clothes, millions do not have money to spend. So you've got to be grateful to God for all the things that you have in life. And I'll give you half a minute to say or to be grateful for things which are individually important to you. So each of us will have something for which we really feel grateful. So in this half a minute, I will give you, so you close your eyes and you just thank God, the Almighty, for whatever you have in your life, for the food that you eat, for the clothes that you wear, for the good health that you have, for everything that millions do not have. You thank God for it. This is what we call as gratefulness. Very, very important aspect of life. You have to be grateful for whatever you have. Desire is good, but be grateful for whatever you have. The next is the O in God, where you have to close your eyes, imagine you are lying down, and think of every part of your body right from your toes. From your toes, you think in your mind about your toes, your ankle, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your pelvis, your abdomen, your chest, your neck, your shoulder joints, your hands, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your palms, your fingers, your neck, your scalp, your head, your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your teeth, your cheeks, every part of your body. When your eyes are closed and you are imagining these parts of your body, what chemical reaction happens in your body is that all the hormones which are good for these parts of the body are released from the brain that you have. The body of ours has got all chemicals, all medicines which can create disease and which can heal disease. So it is upon us whether we are stimulating the hormones which are creating disease or which are helping us to cure our disease. It is in our power, and it is with positive thoughts, with good thinking, with being grateful to God, being in oneness with God. Because when God made each of us, or when God made anything on earth, everything that He has made has been made perfect. Can we find anything that God made which can be made better? Can it be re engineered better? No, you can't. Can you make yourself? Do you think that if the nose was at the back of your head, you would look good? No, God has made everything perfect. So when you are imagining that oneness with God, you are asking God to make you perfect. You're asking that power within an atom that I spoke about, which has the power to create that vibration, to give you that ability to have a perfect body, to have perfect health. And that is what we do in the O of God, G-O. And the last word is D. D is for desire. Desire is not bad. Desire is planning ahead. Desire is for asking for what we want in life. Putting those thoughts in our mind, what we want in our life. The thoughts of prosperity, the thoughts of good health, the thoughts of happiness. These are the things that we want. And so, in the last part of this session, you have to put in mind whatever you desire in your life. You have to put that picture of a beautiful house that you want in your life. Put that picture in your mind. Put it every day like this. Put that same picture every day in your mind about the house, about the car, about the relationship in your house, whether it's your wife, your husband, your children, your father in law, your mother, the people around you, the people who you work with. You want to have cordial and good relationship with all of them. All these pictures you have to put in your mind at this part of this session, where you will continuously do this every day. Every day you're putting only these pictures in your mind, where all these are bracketed as desires. So about your good health, desire, think, put pictures of yourself in your mind, where you look at yourself slim, trim, beautiful, handsome, strong, whatever you want, good health, no diseases. Put those pictures in your mind, and this 5 to 7 minutes of exercise, if you do every day, I'm sure that in the next 21 days there will be dramatic shift in the thoughts that will come to your mind. There will be dramatic shift in the way you will react to people. There will be dramatic shift in the way you will receive thoughts and processes from people. In 21 days, if you do these things purely with good intent and absolute belief, definitely you will be able to change your life. You will be able to actually get whatever you want in life. All great people who have achieved something in life is with some kind of a dream in life. As our T. John College of Pharmacy had organized to bring the late President Dr. Abdul Kalam to our campus. And on our campus, he asked us all to dream big. And what is that meaning of dreaming big? Dreaming big is all what I explained now. That is what dreaming big is. And to dream big, you don't need money, you don't need time, you don't need caste, you don't need creed, you don't need language, you need nothing. You just need the power of your intention, the power of your ability to think and desire and believe in yourself that yes, I want to get this, I will get there. So that is how all the great people have achieved. Almost all great people who have walked the face of this earth have come with nothing. But what was the difference between them and the others who are not achieved? It was only the desire. It is only the way that we are able to think and have that ability to understand that this is possible. And that is what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam had taught us, that if you dream big, there is nothing that can stop you. Because he himself was an example of that. He was a teacher, he was a scientist, then he became the president of India. So what he said that day when he was on our campus was that if you dream big, you can achieve. So the final takeaway from this is that you all have to dream big. Dream big, and what dream big means is you have to dream things which you feel are impossible. You know, if you just dream that okay, I will go and buy an ice cream, you can go and buy an ice cream. But you have to dream things which may look impossible. Then only will that achievement of that dream will give you real pleasure, will give you real happiness, will give you real health, will give you real wealth. So I hope that I have given some tips to all the attendees here today, and I hope all of you are able to take home something from the 1 hour of lecture that you patiently heard. So once again, I want to thank all the attendees who are here from across the globe, from Australia, from Singapore, from Dubai, from Germany, from Canada, from USA, from Kenya, Nigeria, and all other parts of India. We have people who are from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, Mumbai to Assam. And special thanks to Dr. Vineet Chandy, Principal of Dijon College of Pharmacy, Dr. Krupanidhi, and the whole team who are responsible for creating this wonderful webinar. And I thank the back-end team also who have helped in the ability to spread this message across. And I'm sure that many people will be benefited from this. Thank you.
Sir, I will have some questions, sir. We can.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Questions are welcome.
Sir, I have some 2-3 questions for you.
Yes.
One is by Anand sir. He says, what are the 3 most essential things you need to be happy in life? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes, I can.
Yeah.
Can you...
Anand sir has asked this question. What are the 3 most essential things you need to be happy in life?
Yeah.
Please, sir.
There are not. Yeah. Okay. I will give 3. First is that you have to be satisfied with what you have in life. You have to find happiness in what you have in life, whether it's about money, it's about your relationships, about your career, because there is no point or there is no pinnacle at which, for example, if you think, okay, if I earn 10 lakhs a month, I will be happy. Do you think you will be happy? Because once you reach 10 lakhs, you will say, I want 15 lakhs a month. When you have a small house, you will, if you have a 2-bedroom, you will think I need a 4-bedroom. When you get a 4-bedroom, then you think I need a bungalow. Then you feel I want a apartment on the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. So man's desire will be the bane of his happiness. So the point again is that you have to be satisfied and try to find happiness in what you have, whether it's your house, your money, your spouse, your children, your father, your mother, your father-in-law, your mother-in-law. So you have to find that happiness. Whatever the unhappy situation is there, or there is an unhappy comment from somebody, it is upon you how you can take that. You can take it as bad, or you can take it as, yeah, okay, I should change myself. Somebody says that, okay, your speech is not very clear, or I don't understand what language you are speaking. You can say, okay, I'll try to improve. You can take that as a indication that you need to improve, or you may say that, oh, you don't know, you can't understand because you're a fool. Both ways. So it depends on you. So point number 1 is you have to be satisfied with what you have, and second point is try to put pictures of happiness in whichever situation you are in. As I said, the mind is a photo album. Your whole being, your body, your life is everything is guided by that photo album. Whatever pictures you keep putting in that photo album, they are like pictures what is going to be created in your life. So put good pictures in your mind always. And third point is that try to spread happiness. Try to spread happiness. You see somebody say good morning. It's not going to lose you're not going to lose some money or your weight or your mind, nothing. Just say good morning. That fellow feels good, even you will feel good. Appreciate what others are doing. I think these three things will take you a long way in feeling happy.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have another question.
Yeah.
How do you remain positive in this pandemic situation? How do you remain positive in this pandemic situation?
Yeah,
Is the question.
already I had touched upon this in my talk already. The first thing is do not fear. And how not to fear? You may ask me how not to fear. Stop watching all these channels which are giving you only Corona Express, Corona News, international Corona, local Corona, Corona scoreboard. You know, like the cricket scoreboard, you see it running on the TV screen. To stop seeing all that. First point. And second point is, as I said, don't be scared of corona. Don't be scared of any disease for that matter. Don't go on thinking that, oh, I may get it. If I get, what will happen to my family, what will happen, which hospital I'll go, all these things. If you repeatedly bring those again pictures into your mind album, that is going to happen. Whatever pictures you bring in your mind album, that is going to happen. So in this pandemic situation, my advice is maximum stop looking at any news about the pandemic. Don't look at all the different variety of treatments that you see on your WhatsApp. Every day it will come, you have ginger, somebody will say you have pepper, somebody says you have honey, somebody says you have whiskey, somebody says something else. So don't listen to all that. Just live your life normally and be sure, be inside in your heart of hearts, be sure that nothing can touch you. Then nothing will touch you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next question.
Yeah.
How to reduce negativity thoughts
Yeah.
and make ourselves positive?
Yeah. As I said in the beginning, every human being in a particular day will have 60 to 70,000 thoughts coming in your mind. If you scientifically count the number of thoughts that are coming in your mind, which has been done in the universities abroad, it is found that 60 to 70,000 thoughts will come into a human being's mind every day. And most of these thoughts are by nature negative thoughts. So the question that you asked is so very relevant because most of the thoughts or pictures that come into our mind album are by nature it is all negative. So we have to make an effort to see that when these thoughts are coming into your mind, as I said, if you start making a happiness journal, when those bad thoughts are coming, okay, you're thinking that okay, if my neighbor has got corona, what if I get? If you start thinking like that, when you start thinking like that itself, consciously remove that thought, remove that picture, think of, okay, I'm going out and playing with my kids, or I'm going to play a football match, or I'm going to watch a movie, or you can put pictures of the time that you got married, or that you got a kid, or that when you got your rank in your school or college. Put those pictures. It is irrelevant to your virus pictures, but put those pictures. Nothing will happen to you. What will happen? Only your feelings will start changing. You will start feeling better. You will be able to deflect the negative thoughts and see that these positive thoughts are there in your mind. It takes a little effort, it takes a little practice, but as I said, if you do it continuously, consciously for 21 days, your whole personality will change. Yeah.
Yes, sir. There's another question.
Yeah.
How to identify the subconscious mind? How to identify the subconscious mind?
As I showed in that slide, the mind as a whole is divided into conscious mind and subconscious mind. The conscious mind is only 10%, which means that 90% of the things that are happening within us are happening
Next question.
unconsciously.
Come down.
Can you see the slide? Can you see the slide?
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, so here you can see that conscious mind is only 10%. Okay, and that mind is what, as I explained before, it is about what we are doing, what we want to do, what we can see, how is our reaction to something, what we see. Okay, you see a lion, you will feel like running. That is with your conscious mind. Okay, and subconscious mind is something which is there, becomes a part of you because of regular practice or repeatedness or because of habits. As I explained to you, if you have been driving a car right from the day one, if you go back to your memory, you can imagine that in the days when you started your driving classes, you were very conscious of the steering, the gear, the brake, the clutch, the people who are crossing the road or not crossing, the signal light, isn't it? But as you practice that every day, continuously for some time, then all these things just become subconscious. So you do it subconsciously. So that there is, these are all definitions which we have made as human beings. But as in reality, these things are there for us to understand. But there is no need for us to differentiate between conscious mind and subconscious mind. For our knowledge, yes, we need to know that whatever I do with my conscious mind continuously will become a habit, and that habit will become a subconscious action after some time.
Yeah, yes,
I,
sir. Yes, sir. One more last question we can have. How to overcome stress, which we have as students?
yeah,
So, so some students have asked how to overcome stress, which we have in students, you can say.
yeah. So first of all, as I said, every day in the morning you have to spend 10 minutes with yourself. Sit down in a quiet place. Try to free your mind. Try to sit down with taking away those stressful thought pictures. What is the stress that a student is having? For example, oh, my exam is next week. I haven't studied. I may get good marks or I may not get good marks. What will Kripanidhi sir say when I am doing my practical? Will he scold me? Will he not scold me? So these are the thoughts which will come in their mind. So in that first 10 minutes of the day, the student is supposed to or is ideally required to sit down and clear his mind or don't think of Kripanidhi sir at all. Okay. Just as a student, you have to understand or make your mind understand that yes, tomorrow is my biochemistry exam. I'm going to read this chapter and I will read it thoroughly and I will get good marks. I will be the best student in my class. If I can give an example, two of the students who have attended our mind engineering classes from the hotel management department, both of them got, one got first rank, another got third rank. I think you are aware of it from hotel management. I don't know how much they were able to use their mind power for that or how much they were able to engineer their mind for that, but it's purely their ability to engineer their mind to keep themselves free from stress. How to free yourself from stress? Put pictures of thoughts of what they feel good. Now, when the student, whoever is feeling stressed, what is the meaning of feeling? Feeling means your body has some chemical reaction. That reaction is coming because of some thoughts in your mind. So that thought, if you move that thought and put instead of putting a khara belpuri on your head, if you put kesari bath, it will be sweet, right? So in the same way, when that stressful thought or picture is coming in your mind, you got to remove that and put the picture of something sweet. The student's time with his girlfriend or boyfriend, or gone to the movies, or gone to see some match, or some things like that which make the student feel happy. The time when he or she bought their two-wheeler or something like that. I'm sure those are all happy moments for the student. So let him or her already got a bike. Now I want to get a car. Go on thinking about getting a car instead of thinking about what Dr. Krupanidhi will tell me in my practical class. So I think this way they can deflect stress and be very happy during their college. Yes.
So we are very thankful to you, sir. This talk has been very enriching, very wonderful. It has really dealt with very practical realities of life, what we experience in a daily way. And it's really nice that you have given a talk to all of us here. We have different people from different parts of the world listening to you. So I want to thank you for coming and talking to all of us. It's been wonderful having you, sir. We hope to have such talk in the future with you.
Yes.
And at the same time, I want to thank my co-team also, Gopinath sir, Kupani sir, and all who are there, organize this program. Thank you so much for coming, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.